The Amazing Adventures of Jeremy Jonathan James, written by Amy Gibbs. Jeremy Jonathan James was a 7-year-old little boy with a big imagination. He lived at home with his mum and dad, his dog Sammy and his cat Tiger. Sammy was his best friend in the whole wide world. Wherever Jeremy was, Sammy wouldn't be far behind. It didn't matter whether he was playing, daydreaming, or in bed fast asleep dreaming. Jeremy would always be imagining that he and Sammy would be on some amazing adventure together. On Monday, Jeremy Jonathan James and his loyal companion Sammy were playing in the garden. Jeremy was pretending to be an astronaut. He had a plastic bowl from the kitchen on his head as a helmet, and Sammy wore a white sun hat. His light blue padded onesie was his spacesuit. He had his walkie-talkie clipped to his chest as a radio, and the two of them used his tall climbing frame as their rocket. They also had a bag filled with important supplies for their trip. "Time to board the rocket, Sammy," said Jeremy. Sammy smiled back at him and wagged his tail as they climbed inside and buckled up their seatbelts, ready to go. Taking off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Whoosh went the rocket, flying high up into the air. Up and up they went, through the clouds, up into space, past millions of stars. "We're heading for the moon, Sammy," said Jeremy with a big grin on his face. Sammy smiled back at him and wagged his tail again. They shot past one planet, and then another, naming them as they went. Jeremy knew a lot about space, so he could tell Sammy the names of all the planets they saw on their trip. After flying past lots more stars, they finally made it to the moon. They landed their space rocket and decided to go and explore outside. Jeremy and Sammy shared a joke about the moon being made from cheese, and how they should have packed some crackers in their backpack. "Imagine having moon cheese and crackers for a snack," said Jeremy. "I bet it would taste out of this world," he joked. The pair of them laughed joyfully. Just as they were deciding which part of the moon to explore next, they heard a voice. "Jeremy, it's dinner time. Come and wash your hands and join us at the table, please." It was Mum. They must have been out playing for ages, but it felt like just a few minutes. "Come on, Sammy, we'd better fly back down to Earth super quickly so we can have dinner," said Jeremy. "Let's jump back into the rocket and go." Sammy smiled at Jeremy and wagged his tail in agreement. After dinner, Jeremy played some more until it was time to have a bath, brush his teeth, and go to bed. Mum tucked Jeremy in, kissed him on the forehead and said, "I love you, Jeremy Jonathan James." Sammy leaped onto the end of the bed and curled up at Jeremy's feet and quickly nodded off to sleep. Jeremy loved bedtime because he knew that once he was asleep, he could go on another amazing adventure with his best friend. He wondered where tonight's dream would take them. He didn't have to wait long to find out.